Hello everyone. Today we are going to deal with the drug Crocus Sativus. It is prepared from saffron. As we all know, saffron is a costly plant which is cultivated in Europe and India. The part used is stigma of flower. Saffron is widely used as a cosmetic product and also it's used as a food additive. The common name is saffron and the family is Iridaceae.
There are a wide amount of uses of saffron are there. Out of that, the main property of saffron is one is antioxidant property. The antioxidant property is due to the presence of crocin, quercetin, saffronol, and chymoferol, which is present in saffron. So this antioxidant property helps in the prevention of cancer and many other diseases. The other use of saffron is in the treatment of mild to moderate depression. Saffron is used, and uh, by eating and smelling of saffron is used for the premenstrual symptoms such as irritability, headache, pain, etc. And the other main use of saffron is that in many of the aphrodisiacs, saffron is one of the addictive in it, and saffron by itself is an aphrodisiac. By hearing this, everyone should not take saffron in wide amount. Why? Because it is having a limited use only. Why? The reason why is that for your safety, you have the safe intake is 1.5 grams per day is the normal safe quantity to use regarding saffron. And in homeopathy, saffron is used as one of the remedy for females, etc. Before going in detail regarding that, we must have to have a look into the history regarding the use of saffron. In 200th century BC, saffron is used in rock paintings, etc. Then after that, in 10th century BC, the Persians were used it, in the herb teas to treat melancholy, etc. Then the Cyrus the great king, was using saffron both for him as well as for his soldiers in order to they feel that by using saffron it will clear the wounds and heal the wounds completely. After the defeat of Cyrus by Alexander the Great, the Alexander the Great itself was using the same thing, and his soldiers also followed that. Now we know many of the cosmetic products, many of the drugs, many are used in many of the food preparations as one of the addictive is saffron. Now we will go into the homeopathic part regarding saffron. The main action of saffron is mainly on the mind and females. Regarding the mind, the main action we can see, you can just see the facial expression of this person. Although it is a plant remedy, it has some features that are common to the remedies of animal kingdom. For example, attractiveness and aggressiveness. It also has many features which are common to the group of the drug remedies, uh, like cheerfulness, liveliness, hilarity, illusions of fancy, fancies of hearing music, etc. In Crocus, the attractiveness and aggressiveness alternate with each other. At times, the patient can be extremely attractive and it can be aggressive also. Here, we are seeing, again, we can see the clipping. In the clipping, he is having a laugh, then followed by cry, again laugh, cry. It alternates. This frequent change of mood is the most important factor regarding Crocus. The other drugs which are having such hilarity to the deepest despondency is Ignatia and Naxmos. Now we will go into the next symptom. In this symptom, you are seeing one person is constantly kissing, and there is one side it is I feel fine, next I don't feel fine. I feel fine, I don't feel fine. One side happy, other side crying. What is this? This is the nature of mind of Crocus. Happy, affectionate, kisses everyone. So much warmth. And this manifests in behavior such as very affectionate kissing, embracing, loving, and caring. They are also very much talkative, sings, dance, etc. This may resemblance that of lachesis or hyoscyamus and tarantula. But where it differentiates, the next part differentiates it from the other drugs, that is lachesis, hyoscyamus, tarantula, etc. The next part is that it goes to a moment of rage. That means how much happy it was, the opposite will be the next part. That alteration of symptom, that alteration of mood change, that alteration from attractiveness to aggressiveness is the keynote feature of Saffron. Next, regarding the songs, sings on hearing. When it hears a small note itself, it starts to sing. It will be singing continuously and it will be so much of warmth. So I already told you there's so much hilarity and other things. The next moment is that how much there were hilarity was there, the opposite will be the next. And they always having their complaints, which is aggravated from hearing music. And the other symptom of them is that they sing during sleep. When they are sleeping, they used to sing. So music is an aggravating factor for them. Even though it is an aggravating factor also, the next part is that if they hear a small note itself, they started to add up with that. For example, if some part of song is being heard, they will be singing the remaining part. Now we will go into the next physical general part. Now you can see, I already told you, Crocus is mainly having action, especially on mind, next on females or on the hemorrhages. Before going into the hemorrhage or blood regarding, you have to understand is that the nature of blood is the most significant factor regarding Crocus. That is, the nature of blood is black, clotted, and it can be drawn like into threads like. So much of clotting will be there, so much of adhesiveness will be there, so much of adherence will be there, so it can be drawn into strings. That nature is the peculiar identifying feature of Crocus from other remedies. If we consider the mucus shedding of Calibichromicum, the sputum can be or the mucosal discharge can be drawn into threads. Here, it is not that mucosal, but the blood or the epistaxis or the hematomas, whatever be the blood component which is coming out, which can be drawn into threads. And the hemorrhage from any part of the body and all the parts of the body, any part it can be, or the nature of blood will be of this sort, black, clotted, and can be drawn into strings is the peculiarity of Crocus sativus. Next, another physical general symptom which is common in every condition is that it is having a sensation as if something is growing in their stomach, abdomen, uterus, arms, and other part of the body. The same symptom is there in Sabadilla, Thuja, and sulfur. But in Crocus, it is somewhat with the, you have to add with the first symptom. That means that mood changes from hilarity to aggressiveness. That is the thing you have to differentiate. Here, it is having a sense as if something is growing or something is live in his abdomen or any part of the body and it is running around. Like that feeling is the keynote feature of Crocus sativus. Next, we will go into the head symptoms of Crocus. The headache of symptom is related with the menstrual symptom of or the female complaint of Crocus. Why I'm telling, because the nature of headache is throbbing and pulsating headache. You know, when it is coming for throbbing, it comes for belladonna because it is a congestive type of headache. Here, what happens is that, like that in melillotus. Melillotus is another congestive remedy where you have association with the menses is there. Here, also headache will be during menses, before and during and after the flow, the headache will be there. The nature of headache will be throbbing and pulsating, and also throbbing and pulsating headache during the climactic period is another peculiarity of Crocus. Next, going into the eye symptoms.
In the eyes, there will be sensation as if room were filled with smoke, as if had been weeping, as of cold wind blowing across the eyes. Closing lids tightly gives relief.
The symptom, what it means is that what happens is that due to glaucoma, etc., the main condition which comes over there is the glaucoma. In glaucoma, etc., when there is a severe attack of or the hypertension of the eyes occurs, that time there will be a sort of smoke-like sensation occurs. Simultaneously will be bring out, followed by weeping, and there will be, after that it will get normalized. That is the peculiarity of the eye symptoms of Crocus sativus. The nosebleed, next thing I already told you, all the discharges are stringy and a drop can be drawn into threads. The nosebleed also is having the same symptom. The nature of blood is black, tenacious, stringy, and every drop can turn into thread. So much of it will be having this thing. It is will be having a clotted type of blood, and it is also is having cold sweat in the large drops on the forehead is another head symptom of Crocus sativus. The sweat will be there. When you see the sweat, you can see big drops adhering onto the forehead. That is the peculiarity of Crocus sativus. Now we will go into the female genitalia. Regarding the female genitalia, I already told you after mine, the most important part is female genitalia. All the symptoms that we had studied, whether it is head symptoms, whether it is eye symptoms, or whether it is nose symptoms, all the things are related with the female complaints. Here, the nature of menses of Crocus is very important. You might be knowing now. It will be without telling itself. You can know the discharge will be of the dark and clotted and will be stringy type. The same thing is there with the menses also. The menses will be dark, black, viscid, clotted, and profuse. And the menses will be too early and frequent. And there will be associated with the severe pain in them. That means for dysmenorrhea, you can give Crocus sativa when there is worse by exertion and movements is there, you can administer. Next area is uterus. Regarding the uterus, for threatened abortions, bleeding from uterus, the nature of blood is very significant. Again, after when the bleeding from uterus occurs, it will be clotted, stringy, and black in color. That is a common thing regarding Crocus. Black, stringy can be drawn into threads. It is a common thing regarding the bloody discharges of Crocus. Worse from the full or new moon. All the complaints are worse in full or new moon. And also it can be given for false pregnancy. The person will be telling, the girl will be telling you, I'm having a child in her stomach. Like that she will be telling, in my abdomen I'm having a child, and I can feel the movements of fetus. If the person is telling with that thing, along with the mental changes from happy things, laughing around, always aggressiveness, then following with the rage and aggression. Here also the same thing. Along with that, the lady will be telling, I'm having a baby in my womb. Like that they will be telling. Actually, there will be nothing will be there. Such things you can administer with the Crocus. And these ladies will be feeling as if there is a movement of fetus are violent and painful is there. Then regarding the breast symptom of Crocus, there is jumping pain. This is important thing. Jumping pain. Why? Because it is having a sense of jumping. Why? Because there is some sort of throbbing occurs in the left breast, and due to the adhesion towards the back, it will be having a drawing type of pain come in and out. Such drawing type of pain will be reflected out as jumping pain in the left breast, as if jumping. And it is also is having another thing is that something I already told you, there is something alive is there in hands, foot, body, etc. Like that in breast also, this lady all feels that there is something alive in the right breast. Now we will go into the stomach and abdomen part. Regarding the stomach and abdomen part, the thirst is very significant. There will be excessive thirst for cold drinks. And abdomen, there will be having a sensation as if something were jumping about in the stomach and abdomen, especially on left side. This is very significant, especially as is something we are jumping about in stomach and abdomen on the left side. Then regarding the stool, you know that discharges bloody stool and the blood nature will be stringy and dark. In anus, what happens is it is having obstinate constipation of infants with the crawling and stitching in sensation in the anus is the symptom of Crocus. And regarding the anus, it is can be given for complaints after operations for hemorrhoids if the patient is developing gastric troubles like bloatedness, irritations, vomiting, etc. You can administer with a Crocus Sativus. So for post-operative remedy for hemorrhoids, you can use Crocus if the patient is having gastric troubles like some sort of bloatedness, irritations, vomiting, etc. after the operation or surgery. The modalities are mainly aggravation lying down, heat, ameliorated in open air. Ready.
The main rubrics seen in Crocus are affectionate, dancing, jumping, kisses everyone, loquacity, singing involuntarily, whistling, cheerful, gay, happy, fancies vivid, delusion, fancies he hears music, mirth, hilarity, liveliness, etc., laughing involuntarily, laughing loudly, biting, rage, furry, quarrelsome alternating with singing, delusion that he is unfit for business, abdomen, sensation of something alive in. Now let's see the important MCQs regarding Crocus. As we have discussed earlier, the common name is saffron and the family is Iridaceae. Is a remedy often useful in hemorrhages that are black and stringy, sudden changes from hilarity to melancholy, sensation in eyes after violent cry, as if after violent crying, eyes feel as if in a smoke, sensation as if cold air was rushing through the eyes, threatened glaucoma, embolism in central retinal artery, obstinate constipation due to portal congestion, sensation of something alive in abdomen, stomach, etc., especially on the left side.
Crocus indicated more for mainly indicated for females. There is a feeling of dependence of man and feeling of being unfit for business and the need for attractive for man are the such things regarding the female of Crocus is that. We had already dealt with the different symptoms of Crocus. I already told you from aggressiveness to from hilarity to aggressiveness. Then nature of blood is a very significant black stringy blood discharges. So these all are the main symptoms of Crocus.
Thank you.
Now, thank you all for your patient hearing.